Y'all know I will never miss an opportunity to dunk on IGN, and here we are again. You don't hate games journalism enough. At this point, they're James Journalism, okay? IGN is getting cooked again. Isn't this like the second time this month they're getting cooked again? Okay, we got to talk about Escape from Tarkov. We got to talk about IGN, bad journalism, the reason Gamergate started to begin with, and we're going to get into it. But before we do, we're sitting at 19,152 subscribers. I'm not saying that we are going to get to 20,000 by the end of the year, but we have a chance. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and like the video, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. So IGN put out this review for Escape from Tarkov. Now, before I get into it, I must say I have never played Escape from Tarkov, okay? Extraction shooters are typically not my forte, but Arc Raiders has changed my mind, okay? I don't know. I might want to, you know, try something different. You know what I'm saying? It's good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Arc Raiders. But so IGN put out this tweet. With more polished extraction shooters entering the fold since initial arrival in 2018, Escape from Tarkov's 1.0 version becomes more difficult to recommend in 2025. Now, before I get to roasting IGN, from what I understand, as a person who's never played Escape from Tarkov, as a person who's played Arc Raiders, from what I seem to gather from the extraction shooter community, is that Escape from Tarkov is like much more of a cerebral, hardcore extraction shooter, whereas Arc Raiders is a little bit more noob friendly or casual friendly. Does that make sense? Now, keep in mind, these people that work at IGN are supposed to be the peak of gaming, right? They're supposed to be gamers. So if you're a casual, you should not be working for IGN. It should only be hardcore gamers. So if I'm thinking the reason why they don't like Escape from Tarkov is because it's probably more hardcore than Arc Raiders. Only hardcore gamers should be working at IGN. Or no, there should be a mix of both. But this is what they said. As the hardcore pioneer of extraction shooter, Escape from Tarkov is still quite compelling, but it's also saddened with issues that range from technical problems to pay-to-win monetization. Now, as you can see, at the bottom of this tweet, they got community noted. Now, when you're a professional outlet and you out here getting community noted, holy. Now, I just want to say, guys, make sure you stay towards the end of the video because I'm going to do a new segment where I start getting into you guys' comments just to show you a little bit of appreciation. Look at this this community note. The reviewer isn't being fully honest in his review, and people have brought this to the attention with his own videos attached to said review. One Peg has brought all this to light, asking for a fair review from IGN. Now, first of all, the name One Peg is crazy. Like, what do you mean one pig? The pause. You know what I'm saying? Pause. What do you mean by that? Anyway, this is what One Peg had to say. He says, "Hi, your reviewer is lying. He stated he spent 10 hours in PvP and quit to play PvE due to cheaters. He didn't. He spent 30 minutes, maybe two. Oh, he said he spent 30 minutes, maybe. 2 raids. The first raid is the tutorial mission in which you can't die. The second raid he recorded for your video review and died to an extract camper. Said this one person was cheating and quit to play PvE Tarkov. That person wasn't cheating. Your reviewer showed the death screen in the video review. I attached a copy of his account details. He's a typical 800-hour plus Tarkov player that appears to have started just prior to or during Tarkov's last wipe. He stated he spent 120 hours in total in the game. He didn't. His account is 52 hours, 37 minutes old, not 120. Much of that time is spent in your stash. So he had roughly 70% of that time in PvE raids, except one, which I mentioned above already. If your reviewer cannot be honest and lies about his time spent in the game and his reasonings behind his opinions, it invalidates all of his firsthand experience when formulating his opinions and why. Tarkov absolutely has its problem. There's a ton of jank, poor optimization. That does not mean BSG is undeserving of a fair review from you and your organization. It certainly is undeserving of claims being made by a first-hand account that does not exist for your reviewer." Oh my God. Holy. How do you get exposed like this, IGN? And keep in mind, guys, IGN is no stranger to controversy surrounding reviews. I mean, they've been caught plagiarizing reviews. Remember Philip Muchin, whatever his name is? Look at this post here. This comes from Reddit. This is from his own community. He put this in his own community. My name is Philip Muchin. I think that's his name. I'm a former IGN video games journalist that plagiarized and ruined my own career. Ask me anything. He says, hi guys, it's been a few years, but I thought it was probably time to connect with my former audience. If you don't know, I was a former video games journalist at IGN for a short time. I was headhunted and hired for my lore of Nintendo and indie games. While I was excited at first, I mean, who doesn't dream of working at a company like IGN? The pressure and expectations soon came crashing down on me. During a night of pure chaos, desperation, and anxiety-inducing thoughts, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I plagiarized one of my reviews from someone else on YouTube, and I got caught. As a result, I was fired from IGN and my former fan base abandoned me. I'm not sure what I am hoping to achieve with this post, but I gotten help since then, rebuilt myself back up, and I want you guys to know that I'm a better person today than I was back then. Sure you are, buddy. Sure you are. If you say so, because if I'm not mistaken, if I come over here to a post, this guy here, Skylar Tripp responds. This was 2 years ago, by the way. What little thief thinking you get sympathy for stealing people's ideas, article, and essays. Funniest thing when Boomstick or Bomber Guys show all of your shady tactics, how you rise and fall for plagiarize. And then Muchin Philip responded to him and said, wah, 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 baby want a bottle. And I think this trans person gave the perfect response. Bruh, what the hell? Clearly you haven't learned anything. If you think this is the way to respond to questions about your professional career, although I will say, in the interest of being factually correct, which you could learn from, you could just be a troll. Anyone who's plagiarized to the extent that you have would not post a public comment about the crimes they've committed unless you're an idiot, which clearly Philip is. So I don't know if you have any real proof, like a photo, then I'll believe this is Philip Muchin, which I think it is him. But to respond to somebody like that, knowing that you stole work, is crazy to me. But anyway, so back to Escape from Tarkov. So ultimately, IGN, I don't understand. Well, we know why IGN is. IGN is the #1 gaming outlet, and that's probably why they're still in business. A lot of gaming journalism outlets have fallen apart and going by the wayside. We're waiting on Kotaku, right? The Gamer, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple of them we're waiting to fall apart. The Kotaku was bought out by some other company, so they probably won't be falling apart anytime soon. But I mean, what I'm saying is, you don't hate games journalism enough, and they keep hiring these people. And the thing is, why does this only happen to IGN? Like, yeah, we get other journalists that like get roasted for their takes and things like that, but it seems like IGN is the only gaming outlet that hires flat out liars and cheaters and grifters. Jesus. Anyway, man, before we get out of here, I want to take an opportunity to read some of you guys' comments from previous videos. This comment right here comes from Daniel Dunbar. This is coming from my short that I submitted last night. He says, hey dude, I just want to thank you. I was feeling a bit insecure about my masculinity and it was making me feel embarrassed, like I should keep it to myself, you know. But as soon as I watched the short, I felt comforted knowing that at least I'm not as insecure as you, and I'm happy for you. I'm certainly not brave enough to make a short showing everyone who stumbles by. So thank you and good luck with scarring all the women in your life by acting like this is their fault. That's pretty brave, bro. Respect. Yeah, this is him responding to my short talking about women and don't belong near the writer's room. And bro, I guess if that's the take you wanna have, then have it. But if you go and look at some of the worst films and TV shows based on our favorite IPs of the last few years, they've all come from women. You better ask The Witcher. You better ask Terminator, Dark Fate. You better ask the Charlie's Angels remake. Ask all of them. What was it? Not Wicked, but that one show from Disney that was from Lucasfilm. I forgot what it was called. Was it Wiz or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, you can believe whatever you want. Here's another one. This person said, this is from the same short. He says, why are we making this about women? Sure, this is a tonal shift from previous games, and it's a 100% fine to not like that, but acting like this is because of women is just plain weird. I mean, you can feel like how you want to, but when you go back, like I just said, when you go back and look at all of the worst dialogue and the worst writing from the last few years from video games and movies, at the center of it, you can find women. Look at She-Hulk. Look at Forspoken. You know what I'm saying? Look at Dustborn. Like, what are we talking about? Shout out to Demon Carol. He says, I never gave, this is responding to my Destiny video. He says, I never got the Gjallarhorn, which locked me out of a lot of raids with randoms, and that shit sucked ass. Yeah, I feel the same way, bro. Like, every single time people was like, yeah, do you have the Gjallarhorn? No, and kick your ass out. I hated that. Initial Power says it was over the day Bungie released the piece of shit that was Destiny 2. The morning I heard Sony bought the studio, I thought to myself, they just pissed away $3 billion, and here we are. I couldn't disagree with it. I couldn't disagree at all. Dangerous Weeby says, man, the hours of fun I had with the raids in Destiny, as bad as Destiny 2's launch was, the Leviathan raid was a fun and challenging raid for the mechanics too, but Luke Smith decided to sunset it and 50% of the game with it. Yeah, man, I appreciate the comment. I just couldn't get into Destiny 2. I couldn't get over having to restart everything from Destiny just because they wanted to make a sequel. I just couldn't do it. So, man, I appreciate that. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments about the comments or about the video itself. May the grift be with you all. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.